Okay, we're here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's your buddy Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to the TWB channel. It's good to have you here. Today's date is Monday, May the 1st, 2023. I am coming to you from Calgary, Alberta. Jennifer and I have arrived here from Palm Desert, California. We're safe and sound, but we're happy to be here, but we've left Palm Desert to come here. Kind of hard to do that, but I'll tell you, it was a wonderful time. Great to be in the relatively warm weather. I have to say, it was a cool winter for Southern California. All of those rainstorms that came through California this past winter. Great for solving the drought situations that they had down there. Many reservoirs have been replenished with water, which is great news. This alone is worth maybe trillions of dollars in economic activity overall, but it made for a cool winter. Lots of snow still on the mountains around the Palm Springs area, but particularly Big Bear, and then heading north through the Sierra Madre mountain range. A lot of snow going to be melting for quite some time. When we left the desert a few days ago, the desert was just now beginning to hit the 100-degree high temperature range that it's famous for. But apparently this week it's back into the high 70s and low 80s again, which is quite all right. The locals, I can tell you right now, they're used to 105 and 110 high temperature for them, but they delight in having 85 instead of 105 or 78 or 82 for a week or so. They don't mind one bit. They don't need 105 degrees to be made whole down south. For Canadians who are on the vacation, just looking for warm weather, we are thoroughly delighted when it's 70 to 80 degrees, 85 degrees. We love it too. We enjoy the 90s and 100s, but of course we head for the shade to try to keep cool. But it was a cool one this year. Wetter than normal, but in the desert, it just made the flowers bloom everywhere. I guess for those suffering with hay fever, not so good, but other than that, it was all right. So Jennifer and I are back in Calgary. We've had very delightful weather here. Today, as I speak to you right now in Calgary, it is 77 degrees here. We hit a high of 79 today. That was a very nice warm temperature. We're going to be 75 to 79 until the end of the next week, till next Friday. So we're looking good here all this week. In Calgary. This is above normal for this time of year, but no one around this town is complaining at all about any of it. Everyone here is thoroughly delighted. Next week, down to the mid-50s and 60s, kind of normal again. But every day that goes by, we're getting one day closer to the longest day of the year, where the sunset will be closer to 10 o'clock at night. Right now, sunset in Calgary, 8:58 in the evening, so almost 9 o'clock. It's pure daylight, and then the sunset for half an hour after that. So we don't get dark until 9:30, 9:45. Then we get dark. That is going to extend another hour between now and mid-June for the longest sunlight days of the year. So yeah, it'll get warm here pretty quick for sure. Welcome all from wherever you're watching me from. Say hi to me if you like. Let me know where you're watching from and what's your high temperature today. What's the price of gas where you are? I'm back to driving a gasoline-powered car. Had to give up the Tesla to our guy. But boy, I sure enjoyed driving that car for 5 months. But we're back to driving a gasoline-powered car, although I don't drive much. I haven't even left the house today. I've been on the air all day long between my other channel and this one. But it's good to see you folks, and I hope you're well. Jeannie Lamminghouse is here. Bill, that would mean Bill and Jeannie are together in East Tennessee watching us. Hello, Bruce, and all TWBers. Bill and Jeannie are here for the big show. Currently 60 degrees on our back porch. Kirk Brunson, hi, Bruce. And TW family, Kirk Brunson's YouTube and Facebook channel is saying hello. He is here and he's working today. Tim Bowman, welcome from a drizzly Seattle where it's 57 Fahrenheit. I think I'm number 10. Kirk says, no, I think I'm number 10. Sylvia, Sharon is here. Hi there, Sharon. I showed up early and I was thumbs up number 4. Welcome to the show. Tim Bowman, Kirk Brunson YouTube and Facebook channel. It turned 10 when I clicked. Sylvia, I am number 15 on the thumbs up meter, Bruce. Thank you, Sylvia. Kevin Chapman is here. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Bruce. We're still drying out after 5 inches of rain over the weekend. Today, we're going up to 65 Fahrenheit. We need a hot tub to soak in here. Thumbs up, number 16. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you here. Stephen Butler from Northwest Arkansas. Number 9 on my luck and like button here. Gas $3.36 a gallon. A sunny, cool day that rose to a pleasant 66 degrees. Jeff Dinan, number 19 from Melbourne, Australia. Sylvia, I think it was in the mid-60s here in Greensboro, North Carolina, but it was very windy also. The pollen is very high. Too many sneezes, laughing out loud. Sharon, the author is spending the evening working on beta reader notes on his latest novel, name still to be determined. Christopher Daly, hello from Boston. Hello, sir. Sorry to hear about those Bruins. Oh, my gosh. Rocky, hi, everybody from Chesapeake, Virginia, where the temperature is 65 Fahrenheit, down from 68, gas 324, and I'm number 13 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you, Rocky, for that. Appreciate you being here tonight and every week with us, as you are always here. Some news today for you on the cruise front. I noticed today that Royal Caribbean has done it again. This is not a good thing, but they've done it now a third time in less than 6 months. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the ship here. Let me show you the ship I'm talking about. As soon as I show you the ship, you might know what I'm going to tell you. Where are we? Right here. The Wonder of the Seas. Currently, the world's largest cruise ship, Royal Caribbean now for the third time has oversold the ship for an upcoming cruise. They did this twice before. They did a December 22nd cruise and a March 2023 cruise. They overbooked those two, and they had to kick people off the ship, had to voluntarily try to get volunteers to voluntarily leave. Now for April 30th, just the other day, overdid it again. They overbooked the ship. Too many bookings, double bookings in rooms. They're trying to make amends by offering passengers. By the way, here's a picture of the ship while it was still under construction. They're offering passengers a 100% refund and a credit for a future cruise, or they're offering a future cruise right now. They've got 2 that they can put you on right away if you'd like to do one on July the 9th or August the 20th, and you will also get a refund now and that cruise later, or that cruise later and a refund later. So in effect, it's a 2-for-1. They're basically saying, sorry about this, folks. It's our fault. We screwed up royally. We'll give you double the value that you paid us. You've given us money in good faith. We're going to give you a free cruise. So you're going to get a cruise and another one if you wish to stick with us. But we are sorry about this whole thingy. Amazing. But you have to be willing to forgo the cruise that's already being done now. Very, very surprising. I kind of wonder, why would this be? You wonder, how is it they can do that? How is it they can screw up this booking system? I mean, when someone books cabin number whatever, isn't that cabin off the market now? How can it still be booked again? It makes no sense. My hunch, and that's only a guess on my part, but I believe back in around December, of last year, so about 5 months ago, 6 months ago, they did a big round of layoffs at Royal Caribbean, big round. And I have a strong suspicion that they either laid off a huge number of employees uh, to cut back on costs, including IT people. Or what they might have done is they might have contracted out a lot of their reservation IT people. It's where they basically are not even using their own systems. They're using someone else's computer system that runs the IT systems for them under an agreement. And there's follow-ups there. Again, there's a glitch somewhere, and it is costing somebody a lot of money. Now, if this has to do with a contractor, my hunch is that the contractor is compensating Royal Caribbean with money for this foul up, so that if the cruise line is giving away 100 cruises for nothing to 100 people who were knocked off this cruise, that the contractor is covering that. Maybe it's just that simple. I don't know. I don't have the official reason. I don't know. Jeff Gunter, number 21 here. My favorite card game. I'm looking forward to Alaska at the end of the month. Louise Lanthier. Hi, Bruce and TW family and company. Christopher Daly going to a Red Sox game on Wednesday at Fenway Park. Right on. Sharon, you'll be proud of me. Over the last week, I've given my friend's daughter a lot of advice about booking her first cruise, including steering her towards Symphony of the Seas instead of Enchantment of the Seas. Right on. Christopher Daly, yeah, I would love to go to a cruise. I've never been on one. Once you try them, you'll find them quite unique, no question. And Sylvia, no, how can they overbook a cruise when people travel so far to get to the cruise ship? That is crazy. Ann Rogers, hi Bruce, number 21, thumbs up. Ann and Brent, Ancaster, Ontario here. Rain and 6 degrees Celsius. Gas is 153.9 a liter. 1 month today. We leave on the Regal Princess, a 12-night British Isle cruise. That will be fantastic. Tim Bowman, Christopher Daly, I don't know where you live, but I highly recommend an Alaska cruise for your first cruise. Christopher Daly, Boston is where I live. Well, Boston, you can certainly take Norwegian cruises to Bermuda. You can probably catch the occasional cruise to the Caribbean in the wintertime. I know in the fall, there are definitely New England and Canada maritime cruises that are worthy of your consideration. So you never know. Alaska sounds good. He says, Tim Bowman, Christopher, a Greenland Iceland cruise out of Boston is a very nice one, but it's going to be 3 weeks long. Alaska is generally 7 or 14 days. Christopher, yeah, I can't afford an expensive cruise. Tim Bowman, Ann Rogers, we're on the Regal with you. Right on. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Speaking of cruises and Norwegian, talking about Norwegian leaving from Boston, today the good folks at Norwegian Cruise Lines decided to release their first quarter financial numbers. How are they doing financially? So they were telling their shareholders, here's what it looks like for January, February, March of this year. The revenue for the cruise line, the gross amount of money coming in was $1.8 billion, so about $600 million a month. This is up from last year's first 3 months of the year, which was $521 million for the full 3 months combined. So 1.8 billion versus 521 billion total revenue. Okay. The losses, however, they're still losing money. Here's the thing. Last year, in the first 3 months, the cruise line lost $482 million. This year, for the first 3 months, they lost $159.3 million. Now, this is bad news, because if you generate $1.8 billion versus $500 million, you've taken in $1.3 billion additional dollars, and you reduce your losses by $320 million. That's not exceptional, but it is a smaller loss. Now, occupancy they have been working hard to get more passengers on board their ships. And for the first quarter of the year, the occupancy rate, 101.5%, 101.5%. So they are above capacity, which tells me that they've got families of 3 or 4 in a cabin. So they have to fold out the couch, or they brought in a rollout bed. They've got maybe in some cases, 3 friends going on a cruise, 3 gals sharing a cabin, 3 guys sharing a cabin. Who knows? They've got it up to 101.5%. Now, I think what they want to get to is 104 to 106. That's where they really want to go to. But I wonder about this. If your average occupancy now is 101.5, that's telling me that some of the ships are at 95%, and some of the other ships are at 105%. And you haven't got much room to expand. And that's telling me, wait, whoa. If you're losing 159 million in 3 months and you're at 101.5, how are you going to break even? How can you possibly break even if you can only add 2 or 3 more percentage points to the entire ships? I just don't see breaking even as a possibility unless you raise your prices. They do brag about the fact that on-board passenger spending, the money you're spending on the ship has risen by an average of 17.5% per passenger over last year. Now, to me, as a passenger, as a customer, I view this as bad news. I view a number of things. I view the occupancy of 101.5% as bad news, because that's telling me that it's likely, if I'm going to go on one of their larger ships, it's going to be way packed with lineups and everything else. It'll be 105, 106% capacity, kids everywhere. And number 2, I'm going to be spending way more money than before. And number 3, I don't know if I'm going to be happy about it, because I'm probably getting less service for more money. Now, they say that corporately, they have $700 million cash on hand. And they also say that they have credit available, lines of credit available. They can still pull another $1.2 billion from their lines of credit. So the total liquidity of the company is just short of $2 billion. Now, if you're going to lose 159 million every 3 months, let's round that up to 160 million. That is $640 million a year that you're losing as a business. With what they have on hand, they have enough money for 3 years, and they're broke. Now, commending these guys. Look, they have systematically been raising cash for every year now for the past several years, 3 years in a row. They have constantly raised additional funds. They issued a lot of bonds. They've issued a lot of stock, and they've raised a lot of money. And so they've kept all of their debt payments up to date. They've been able to pay off their ship loans or keep them current. But the problem for Norwegian, in the next 2 years, 3 years, they're going to have a lot of their old debt that they took on 4, 5, 6 years ago. That debt will mature. These are bonds that they've issued for 5 years, where they used to pay 3% interest, 3.25% interest. Those bonds will come due, and at the end of that time frame, they have to now either pay off the balance they owe, because they've been paying the interest the whole time. They'd have to pay the full balance off, or they're going to have to borrow that much money again from another set of investors with a new series of bonds to pay out the old bonds. And that's called a rollover, a debt rollover. Well, here's the catch, kids. You want to do a debt rollover and you're known as Norwegian Cruise Lines, you're not going to get a loan you're not going to get bonds at 3% interest. You're going to pay way more than that. We're hearing 11 to 14% interest now for these bonds. Now, I believe they're into their bankers for about $8 or $10 billion. So every time $1 billion comes up and they have to raise the interest payable by 9 percentage points, that is $90 million a year more in interest that they have to pay. So you pay $90 million for every billion. You got $10 billion in debt. That is $900 million a year more in expenses before you can break even. And this is why at 101% right now, even bringing in $1.8 billion with 17% more spending on board and everything else, not enough to break even. Now, I know the strategy though. Here's how they're going to survive. This is their thinking, okay? Some of the debt they're paying off is ship building debt, the building of new ships. These loans are on a sliding basis. They just pay, at the beginning, they pay interest and then a bit of principal, and then they pay more principal. And as the debt number comes down, they'll do a deal where they'll say, we'll pay you $10 million a month to their banker. The first payment is $9.9 million in interest and $100,000 principal. The next month, it's $20,000 more in principal and $20,000 less in interest. And slowly but surely, this $10 million monthly payment is eventually going to be more principal than interest. And at the end of it, there is no debt anymore. Now, to be fair to Norwegian and Royal Caribbean and Carnival, everybody, during COVID, what they did was they went to their bankers and said, look, we have, in the case of Norwegian, say we got 18 ships, whatever the number is, we have 18 ships. We own 4 of them outright. The other 14 we owe against them, but in different amounts. And what we would like to do is do a reconsolidation loan and borrow against the full value of all the ships in one big bond offering and one big reconsolidation debt offering. And the bankers did that. They helped them do this during the COVID. It took a while, but they pulled it off. And so the reality, though, is that Norwegian has got 20 years of debts to pay off in some cases, debts are due in 5 years, some in 8, some in 10, some in 20. So they're going to be making payments for a long, long time. Their way out of this hole that they're into is simple. It's called inflation. Inflation will actually save this company, believe it or not, because what's going to happen here is you, as a cruise passenger, are not going to be surprised every year going forward now for 5 more years that every year your cruise costs are going to go up 5% to 8% every year. They're going to raise prices on drinks every year. They're going to raise prices on the cruises, on their excursions. And so this increase in revenue coming in will take care of increased costs for some staff costs, perhaps fuel, port charges, food, alcohol, all that stuff. However, the debt that they took on from 2020, 2021, 2022, and so on, that debt back in 2018, 19, and 20 is going to be in 3 or 4 years, 6, 7, 8 years old. That debt was taken out in 2019 when there was 2% inflation. Now at 7, 8, 9% inflation, that debt is shrinking because the dollars are growing, coming in the front door in 2024, 2026. There'll be more actual dollars coming in, inflated, and those inflated dollars will pay down the shrunken inflated dollars from 2019, 20, and 21, and so on. So by 2030, there'll be cruises that'll be 30, 40% more expensive than we're paying now. And that increase of capital will knock off the old debt faster. And that's their ticket to survival. Their game plan is by 2030 to 2035, our debt load will be down by more than half of what it is now. And our interest costs will be down by way more than half. And our revenue will have increased by half because of inflation. And there's this gap opening up between profit and loss. That's their strategy. Stick around long enough to survive economically. And the bankers know it. The bankers have basically told them that exact story. Guys, all you got to do is just maintain your interest payments, and you can keep rolling your debt forward as you raise your prices, and you will eventually knock your debt down. And it's the same thing at Royal Caribbean and at Carnival. That's the story. That's what's going on. Very interesting stuff. Okay, third piece of news today. Let's make sure I'm up to speed on all my comments here. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Good evening. Jason says, from a broken down hotel in Stone Mountain, Georgia, while working out of town this week. Oh my goodness. Learman Moore, would you recommend a hotel when leaving out of Cape Liberty, New Jersey? Well, if you are arriving to that area, if you were thinking of arriving on the day of departure, you're playing with fire. You're smarter to arrive the day before. In case you don't get until 1:30 or 2 in the morning, you're still okay because you don't go. So yeah, having a hotel in the area might be an okay idea. So yeah, I would recommend it. Christopher Daly, Sharon is saying, my recommendation for a cruise is to book one driving distance from your home, if that's possible. It makes for much easier logistics. There you go. Rocky, I've been on 7 Norwegian cruises from Boston and 1 each from Philly and Baltimore. You will love Bermuda. There you go. Sharon, traveling with Bruce, we're sailing on Oasis at the end of the month. My travel agent says that our cruise is completely sold out. There you go. I concur with Rocky. Bermuda is seriously my favorite place in the world. Sharon, traveling with Bruce, our Oasis cruise will be our first cruise. No, will be our first as Diamond members. Okay, it'll be our first cruise as Diamond members. So we'll be excited by the extra benefits, and Oasis is our favorite ship. So giddy up. JNS Adventures. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Cruising is fun anytime. Hey there, everybody. Sylvia, Sharon, how many people can Oasis of the Seas hold? How big is that ship? Sharon is saying there are 35 thumbs ups in the house right now. You need 65 more to get to 100. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the thumbs up button. Sharon, Oasis holds over 5,000 passengers, but it doesn't seem quite that large since there are so many neighborhoods. There you go. Sharon, I would say it's large, but doesn't feel overly crowded. Sylvia, Sharon, man, it's a 5,000. I just came off of Carnival Sunrise, and I've been on NCL Encore. Both ships hold 3,000, and I thought that was big. Sharon, Learman Moore, you should probably stay at one of the Newark Airport hotels. It's not a long ride from the airport to the port. There you go. A lot of cabs, of course, available. Tim Bowman, we once did Harmony of the Seas, same class as Oasis, and it didn't seem crowded, and it was full, and it just did not seem crowded. Ms. M, hello all from Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Welcome, everybody. Sharon Swan Sylvia says it's large, but we really love the layout, including all the outside locations. Marie B, hi, everyone. Hello, Marie. JJ, Uncle Bruce, hey, I saw a Cruising with Ben and David video yesterday about Royal Caribbean menu changes. My expectations are now lowered for my New Year's Eve cruise. That's interesting. Stephen Butler, a Cambridge Beaches Resort in Bermuda is celebrating 100 years. Black Pony Gallery will be featuring Caribbean and Mid-Atlantic artists working there in the know. Travelers can check it out. Learman, I need to know the name of a hotel in Cape Liberty. Just look up Newark International Airport. Do a Google search for hotels near Newark International Airport. They'll pop up. JJ, Royal Caribbean 5K passenger ship. Sylvia saying to Sharon, my mother-in-law loves Royal Caribbean ships. She cruises out of New York City. Louise is here. My cruise is coming up soon. I'm getting excited. I can imagine all cruisers get excited when their cruise is about to hit. You just can't wait. All right, here's another story for you about a brand new cruise ship that just got put into the water, has been launched now, is beginning its sailings. And I thought I would show you some photos of this brand new ship and tell you a little story at the same time. So let me just get this figured out here. Oh, by the way, just so you know, this ship right here, the Queen Mary 2, I talked about her last Monday. The QE2, Queen Mary 2, I should say. The Queen Mary 2 had technical problems in Southampton last week, engine issues, and they had to cancel their trip to New York while passengers were waiting to board her. And of course, they had to cancel their cruise back from New York because, of course, they couldn't get to New York, so they couldn't come back from New York. And so this ship is being repaired. I do not know the status of this ship. It has now been a week that she's been laid up, and I do not know what the status is. Will she be running next week or not? We'll find out fairly soon, we hope. Anyway, that was that one. Now, let me tell you about a brand new ship. This one right here. This is the Norwegian Cruise Line the cruise line they own called Oceania. The Oceania Cruise Line just launched this ship and put her into service. This one is known as the Vista. And the Vista is a beautiful vessel. Here it was under construction a little while ago. You can see how they had just added some sections there, all these cranes around her, and just an army of people on board these ships. This particular ship is rather luxurious. It's a 6-star ship. It's 67,000 tons, gross tons, 7,191 feet long, 105 feet wide. Can handle 1,200 passengers, and it has 800 crew members. So 800 crew and 1,200 passengers, that is a very high ratio of crew to passengers. Service will be pretty spectacular here. Pretty nice looking ship. Here's another shot of one of the interior areas. Real nice. High-end, lots of service. If you take a cruise on this ship, you will be treated to all non-alcoholic drinks are included, your coffees and juices and all that, sodas and all that. And also unlimited Wi-Fi is available for all passengers. Generally speaking, gratuities, though, will run you $18 to $23 per passenger per day. So depending on what suite you're in, you're going to pay higher tips. Here's a picture of one of the suites with your walk-in shower, a rainforest shower with all those extra knobs there. I think water comes at you from all kinds of directions. And also, you have the window looking out into the sea. They can't see in, but you can see out. And this is just the bathroom. Just think about the size of your bedroom and living room. Pretty nice stuff, huh? Really nice ship. High-end, basically everything. If you want to see more photos of this ship, you need to go to a Norwegian website, or you can probably look it up on Google. By the way, here's some other ships. Of course, the Getaway. Here's the Joy in the end of in Mexico, the Cabo San Lucas. And then here's a great shot of the Epic and the Escape together. I've been on the Epic, but not on the Escape. And as far as I can tell you, as much as I know, if you look at the back of the Epic there, you see the middle balconies, how wide they are. Normally they're partitioned. They have a divider in between them, except for the top floor. I think the top floor is a penthouse unit. But I think second from the top is not partitioned, or the third from the top. I'm not exactly sure, because it's the spa. And you can go out onto the spa on a back balcony and enjoy the view of the back of the ship. Anyway, now back to this ship right here, the Vista. All right, if you would like to go on a cruise, the ship is now hitting the water. It's going to be in the Mediterranean for now. This is the first of the new Allura class of ships. It's going to be in the fall, New England and Canada, and for the winter, it'll be in the Caribbean, Mexico as well. There are 8 different restaurants on board the ship, plus a dining table that you can rent just for a party of up to 10 people. So this here is just one of the lounges and restaurant areas that are available. Pretty nice. I doubt children are, I'm not sure if children are allowed on this ship. I don't know that answer, but I would highly doubt many children will be ever on this particular vessel. Now, if you would like to go on a cruise on this ship, apparently there are a couple of cruises available. Let me take you, I'm going to give you an idea of the kind of money you're going to need to take this cruise ship for a little ride. Let me see this one right here. Okay, this one here, let me pop this map up for you. Look at this itinerary. This particular itinerary, and I'm just going to zoom in right now on this photo right here. There we go. Okay. This ship will start in Lisbon on the 23rd of September of 2024. Not this September, but next September. 27-night cruise begins in Lisbon. This is only the first portion of the cruise. This is not the whole cruise. But you would leave Lisbon on Monday, September the 23rd. Monday, September 23rd. Then you'd have a sea day, and you'd end up in Funchal, Madeira, which is also Portuguese territory. Then on Thursday and Friday, you're going to be in Santa Cruz, La Palma, and Tenerife in the Canary Islands. So you're going to be in those 2 spots. Then on Saturday, you're going to be in Arrecife, Lanzarote, Canary Islands. Then Casablanca on Monday, the 30th of September. Seville, Spain is going to be your next stop on Tuesday, October 1. Then Wednesday, October 2nd, you have a sea day. And on Thursday, you end up in Barcelona. Now, the cruise isn't over because going to this map, you note where Barcelona is in the middle of this entire route. The next day, you're on Friday, October the 4th, you're in Marseille, France. Saturday, October 5th, Monte Carlo in Monaco. Sunday, October 6th, Florence, Pisa, Italy. Monday, October 7th, you're in Corsica, France. Tuesday, October the 8th, you're in Sardinia in Italy. Wednesday, October 9th, Palmero, Sicily. Thursday, October 10th, Valletta, Malta. Friday, October 11th, Messina in Sicily. Saturday, October 12th, Naples, Italy. Sunday, October 13th, you're going to be at Civitavecchia, Italy, which is the port closest to Rome. Then on Monday, October 14th, you're in Amalfi, Italy. Tuesday, Catalina, Sicily. Wednesday, October 16th, Corfu, Greece. Thursday, October 17th, Olympia in Greece. Friday, October 18th, Santorini, Greece. Saturday, the 19th, Mykonos, Greece. And Sunday, October 20th, Athens in Greece, your final stop on this incredible 27-night adventure on this 6-star cruise line in absolute 6-star luxury. How would you like to be in this pool every day under that waterfall there? Get a nice little shower afterward here in your high-end suite. Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay, cost for this cruise. All right. You want to go in a balcony room? $8,000. Let me rephrase that. $9,899 a passenger for 27 nights. That's almost 4 weeks. Not quite. 1 day short of 4 weeks. So you're talking about $2,400 a week per person for the balcony. If you want the suite, you're going to have to cough up $14,300. And that, of course, will be $3,600 a week per person. And that includes all non-alcoholic drinks, specialty restaurant dining, and unlimited internet. If you're a shareholder of Norwegian, you will get a $250 credit if you own 100 shares of Norwegian. But that helps with some of the tipping, I suppose. At $23 a day per person for that suite that I was showing you with that waterfall shower, you're talking $46 a day in tip money times 27 days. $46 times 27 days. You're talking almost $1,200 in tips. 250 will go only a part way against that tip money. I didn't say it was a cheap cruise. I said it was a nice cruise. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. This is another Oceania cruise, 16 nights, November the 3rd of this year. So that's coming up in 5-6 months. You're going to go on a 16-nighter, leaving Los Angeles, going through the Panama Canal. You're going to go from Los Angeles to San Diego on your first night. You're then going to be a day at sea. Then you go to Cabo San Lucas. So you're going to see that formation right there at the very tip of Cabo San Lucas. Then you have a sea day. Wednesday, November the 8th, you'll be in Acapulco, Mexico. Thursday, the 9th of November at sea. Friday, the 10th, Puerto Quetzal, Guatemala is where you're going to be. On the Saturday, November 11th, in Cortino, Nicaragua. Sunday, November 12th, Punta Arenas, Costa Rica. Monday, November 13th at sea. Tuesday, November 14th, you're going through the Panama Canal, the full canal. On Wednesday, November 15th, you're in Cartagena, Colombia. Thursday, November 16th at sea. Friday, November 17th, you're just going to stop in Grand Cayman, where I used to live for the day. Friday, November 17th, Grand Cayman. Saturday, the 18th, you're at sea all day. And Sunday, November 19th, you're in Miami for the end of your 16-night Panama Canal cruise. And they have balconies available for $4,800 a person. $4,800. So it's still about $2,400 a week, approximately, per person for that cruise. But it's in 6-star luxury. Pretty nice little unit you got there. Beautiful pool, nice restaurants areas, and a very nice brand new ship. 1,200 passengers, 800 crew going through the Panama Canal. Not too shabby, if you ask me, but it will cost you. But you're going to get you're going to be well looked after on an Oceania cruise. So that is a fact. Nothing wrong with that. There you go. Not too bad. I hope you don't mind those cruises. Thank you again, by the way, for those of you who've been hitting the thumbs up button. We have 47 thumbs ups already for this show. We strive to hit 100 thumbs ups between the live version and this show on rerun, because during the week, hundreds of viewers watch this show to catch up on what we were talking about here live. They hit the thumbs up button because I beg them to do it. And we always get 100 thumbs ups. Every single week we do it. It's amazing. Thank you so much for helping out those of you who are here already and doing this for us. I appreciate it. Let's see. Sharon says, Sylvia, so do we. It's an easy drive to Cape Liberty from our house. Getting exciting about our cruise. Marie, I took an NCL cruise in April, and I was a bit disappointed by the food. They switched to Coffee Mate creamers and tried to call them half and half. All these tiny things are adding up. They really are. It's no question. More and more seasoned cruisers are noticing the cutbacks. They are noticing the little things that are driving us up the wall, because it is deceptive. It is pathetic. And the reality really is, if you would just up the cruise by $2 for the damn week, you could give me creamer rather than artificial oil, some oil-based creamer. It is a cheapening out, and we talk to our friends about this. These cruise lines are just ignoring us about that. Lerman, I agree with Bruce. All the major hotels have locations near Newark Airport. Just pick a brand you like in general. Jason, Carnival's selling tickets like crazy, and the staff is noticeably decreased. I'm not sure how can they be starving for cash? It's going to their bankers. It's all going to their bankers for interest payments at anywhere from 11 to 14% interest on loans they took out during COVID. And it's billions and billions of loans. It's a ton of money. Tim Bowman, the Queen Mary 2 has been repaired, and they're trying to sail a 5-day cruise out of the UK, apparently. Oh, that's interesting. Alan Carter, 139 Costco gas in Calgary, Bruce. $1.39 a liter right now for gas, and I'm number 43. Alan, how you doing, pal? I remember meeting you at the Starbucks a while back. Sylvia, saying to Sharon, my mother-in-law lives in the Bronx, and the last cruise she left out of Cape Liberty, she wanted me to join her, but I couldn't see spending so much money just to travel to Nassau. Thanks, but no thanks, Nassau. Sharon, Sylvia, I get it. Louise, getting ready for cruising one day at a time. I got my new glasses and I got my hair done today. Getting ready. Marie, I noticed that a lot of NCL cruises are 10 days now. Not sure why. I need to work so I can afford to cruise. Are you talking about more than 10 days? Marie, how does the shareholder program work with NCL? Are Canadians eligible? Yes, all shareholders, no matter where you live, are eligible. If you own 100 shares of the company through whoever you deal with for your brokerage account, what you need to do is you dial the 800 number that you can call Norwegian on. You talk to one of their reps. You tell them that you have 100 shares of Norwegian and you want to get the cabin credit for your cruise. Now, if it's a 7-day cruise, you'll get $100. If it's 8 to 13, I think you get 150 or 200. And if it's 14 or more, it's either 200 or 250 for a credit. You call the 800 number, you tell them you own the stock. They'll ask you to verify it. They'll tell you what they need to know. You'll figure it out with them. It might be as simple as just doing a screenshot of your brokerage statement and show them that on an email or something like that. They'll help you with that and keep confidential information confidential. So don't worry about that. And then they'll credit you the credit. It'll be right on your ship when you get there. Nikki Singleton, hi everybody. Greetings from Jacksonville, Florida, late because we were out celebrating our 47th anniversary. Hooray, hooray for the 1st of May. Congratulations, Nikki. Way to go. A job well done. Louise, is that normal that the internet offers cheaper cruises than the cruise lines? Yes and no. What can happen is there are times where travel agencies that have an online portal where you can book online, what they might do is they'll know, for example, a July cruise from Seattle to Anchorage and back, maybe a 1-week cruise or a 10-day Alaska cruise. The most popular month is July. Kids are out of school. The weather is warm. Days are long. So a travel agency might buy from a cruise line 100 cabins, all in a certain balcony class in one block. And they'll offer those cabins maybe 5 at a time, starting a year before the cruise is even done. These are purchased way in advance. And they'll start selling the ship out a year out. And the prices will fluctuate higher or lower based on demand and speed of sales. The cruise line, of course, is selling their cabins. Other cruise vacation companies are buying up cabins and blocks as well. Group cruises are grabbing cabins, and on it goes. You've got 5,000 passengers on a ship. You have 2,000 plus cabins. You can imagine it's a big deal. It's a lot of work here. But as we get closer to the sailing, once you get within 3 months, it gets dicey now, because if you're a travel agency and you still have 25 cabins you haven't sold, you're going to get desperate and you're going to start to lower the prices on those cabins by $5 every week, $8 a week, $10 a week, whatever it takes. And so there are times where the cruise line only has 30 cabins left and they've got all kinds of agents selling for them, versus one agency with 20 cabins left and they're on their own. And now the scramble is on to get rid of cabins. So sometimes the cruise, the travel agent will offer a nice balcony cabin for $100 less than you can buy it anywhere else. It's called shopping around, and sometimes that's how things work. Sharon, happy anniversary. Nikki Singleton. Nikki, Sharon, thank you. Sharon, you got 50 thumbs up, big fella. 50 thumbs ups have come into this channel now. You need 50 more to make it. And now we see 53 thumbs ups that have come in from some of the finest people YouTube has got out there. Thank you so much. 53 of you already. We only need 47 more. And I know that the rerunners always come through for us on those final numbers. They tell us, they will post in the comments down below what number they are on a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday. I had one person tell me on Saturday, I'm number 115, buddy. 115. It was awesome. So thank you again for those of you who pushed that thumbs up button for us. I really appreciate it. Paper City Gamer Jeff, how you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. Great to have you here today. Great to have you for the show. He is number 53, by the way. Fabulous. Teresa, happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy everything. Kirk, looking at vacations to go. So many cruises are sold out or at 90% now. Louise, my thumb is coming. I can only give you one. Nice to see you tonight. Thank you, Louise. Yes, some of these cruises, remember now, cruise ships are trying to get to 100 plus capacity, 100% and more. So it's not surprising that you're going to find certain cruises sold out. Well, yeah, of course. Summertime, they should be sold out by now. This is May. They should be sold out. But don't be surprised. There are times where people cancel with a month or two to go. In some cases, they'll cancel using insurance. But nonetheless, a cabin opens up, and you get some of these last-minute deals from time to time. You never, ever know that there are sometimes killer deals come up at the last minute. If you're into that kind of traveling, you never know. Paper City Gamer Jeff, 20 days until I'm cruising, baby. Yeah. Robert Mailhunt, how you doing, Robert? Hello, everybody. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the channel today. Great to have you here. Thank you all for these thumbs up. Look at that, 59 thumbs up. There's only 58 people here. This is pretty cool stuff. Thank you, those of you who are reaching for those thumbs up buttons, trying to figure out a way to hit that thing. I know some of you are so loyal to this channel. You have multiple devices, and you give me multiple thumbs ups, and it is appreciated. I appreciate that a lot. The YouTube analytical computers, they pick up on the volume of thumbs ups versus how many people are watching and how many comments are coming in versus how many people are actually watching this guy. And your numbers blows their computer programs out the door. They can't believe the engagement of this channel, which is fantastic. So thank you all for saying hi and telling me what temperature you have. Where are you watching me from? What's the price of gas? What's your next cruise? When are you going? Where are you going? It's pretty cool stuff. How much casino money does it take to become a Carnival Players Club member? You know, I don't know. I think each one of these cruise lines have different levels. But if you use your card, your player card or whatever, maybe only your room card now, they track it. I keep getting offers all the time in emails from Princess Cruises. Princess Cruises is always emailing me offers. How about a free cabin? Would you like a free cabin on this cruise? Here's $200 of free play. Use this on your next cruise, or use this on a particular cruise. Just call us up. Book the cruise. We'll give you a super deal on a cabin. You can use this $200. Because I frequented their casino years ago. So it depends on the cruise line. Some, like Norwegian, I've been on a couple of Norwegian cruises, and I've never received anything for casino credits or anything like that. So yeah, it depends. Kirk, looking at Christmas, New Year's cruise, and the prices are insane. Yep. When school is out, you pay. Double D, I'm here, Central Texas. 80. Is that the temperature out there? Welcome, Double D, to the show tonight. I'm glad you could make it to see us. 60 thumbs ups have come through here. Thank you so much for 60 thumbs ups. 40 to go, and we've got the magic 100. That is good stuff. Folks, there you have it. That is my news for the day. Oceania Cruise, the Vista, has gone into the water. Norwegian and their financials are scary. Wonder of the Seas getting oversold again. I don't know what's going on there. Unbelievable. I want to wish my buddy Don Terrace from Don's Family Vacations. I want to wish him all the best and kindest wishes for him. I know that he has a cancer thing flaring up on him. He's got to go for another operation, and I want to wish him the best because Don, being a fellow Canadian, a good buddy, I've done live broadcasts with him and Tony, the three amigos. And Tony, I love your Instagrams. I've been watching them on my phone, having fun watching Tony out on a ship. Way to go, pal. Keep it going. Those two guys have really built their channels up nicely in the last 2 years, and I'm proud of those guys. Well done. Also, Emma Cruises from the UK. If any of you watch Emma, make sure to say hi to Emma for me. She has done really well for herself. She used to have a day job and the YouTube on the side. Now she's a full-time traveler and YouTuber and Instagrammer and Facebooker and TikToker. I'm sure she's doing everything on all social media. Congratulations to Emma Latisse in the UK on doing a fabulous job with her channel. If any of you watch her, you tell her Uncle Bruce sends his kindest regards to her. I'm sure she remembers. We've done one-on-ones as well. Thank you all so much for being here. It's really great. Robert, I wonder how many TWBers watch Stock Markets with Bruce and how many Stock Markets with Bruce people watch Bruce on TWB. Well, there are a few. Back and forth we go. Tim Bowman will be with Dawn and Tony in a month on the Regal Princess in the UK. Well, you say hi to those guys for me. That is great stuff. Louise Lanthier, I think the world of Don Terrace. Yeah, he's a great guy, just a super guy. And I hope Don is going to be just fine. He's a survivor, and way to go, Don Terrace. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much for 63 and counting thumbs ups on this telecast. You guys are coming through for me today. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful time. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget to join me next Monday right here, 7 o'clock for sponsor members, 8 o'clock for all of you for the big show. I'll be at a new location next Monday, and I look forward to seeing you from that location. In the meantime, all the best to all of you. Have a great week. Have a great evening. Thank you, Teresa. Stephen Butler, thanks, Bruce and Jen. Enjoyed being back in Canada. Thank you, Stephen. Sharon, Louise, Tim, Robert, Double D, Kirk. Thank you to Jason, Paper City Gamer, Jeff, to Sharon, of course. Nikki, thank you. To Marie B, thank you for being here today. Thank you to Alan Carter, Tim Bowman, Jason Kimmins for being here. Of course, Sharon and Marie B. There's Marie Began. Who else is here today? JJ was here. Lerman Moore, thank you. Stephen Butler, JJ, Ms. M here today. Thank you. Sylvia, of course, as always. Thank you so much for watching me live and on reruns. Cruising is fun anytime. J&S Adventures, thank you guys for being here. Rocky Grasso, thank you. I think I'm getting everybody. Christopher was here. Ann Rogers today was here. Welcome and thank you. Christopher Daly, Jeff Gunther, Jeff Dynan from Down Under, Stephen Butler, Kevin Chapman, of course, the author himself, Tim Bowman, as always, Kirk Brunson, and Jeannie from East Tennessee, and Bill. I'm not forgetting you, Bill. I'm never forgetting you. And a special shout out to our friends from Michigan, who have been sending me Ken and Janet Koreka. Thank you guys, Janet Koreka and Ken. They have been in Ireland. They've been in the UK. They've been in Belfast. There she is. There's Janet in Belfast at the grave of St. Patrick's grave. And thank you so much for those photos you've sent us and me. I've enjoyed them and appreciate it. I'm sure you're posting them on Facebook as well. Absolutely fantastic. I look forward to hearing from you guys when you return. In the meantime, that's it from this one here from me from Calgary. Thank you. Have a great night, Bruce. And love to Jen, says Sharon. Teresa Sims, thanks and good evening, everybody. Stephen Butler, thanks, Bruce and Jen. Enjoyed being back. Robert, see you tomorrow morning. You got it. Jason Kimmins, have a great week. Double D, thank you, Uncle Bruce. Those of you joining me on Stock Markets with Bruce, I'll be live tomorrow morning, 8:30 Eastern time, as I am Monday to Friday when the markets are open. 63 thumbs ups are in. Thank you all. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.